Hello everyone, welcome to the cpsecrets.com. Today we are going to discuss about C++ Configurator. So before proceeding to this topic, first of all I would like to request you, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click on the bell button so that whenever we will add new video, notification will directly goes to you. So as we know in the software life or software programming, configurator is one of the basic requirement, and why this requirement came, let's say you want to take some extra number of decisions in your program, right? So for that, people don't want to go into the code every time and then change the variables or change the decision and then compile it, then then put the binary or run the binary again, something like this. Okay, so they need something like as at the runtime or at the time of initialization, the software should know what could be his behavior, and based on that he need to behave. So like as there is some one example, like as if you are writing a server and that is having support of like a TCP server and UDP server both. So which server that software is going to start? So that decision is going to take from the config file. So like this there are thousands of examples, lakhs number of examples are there, in which you can see why this configurator is required in our software life. So like as so nowadays all the software you can see, if you download any software on the like as SS daemon or TCP daemon, anything, you can see that, right, there is some configuration file for that software, and from the configuration file they are reading some data, and based on that they are performing something. So it is nowadays I am requesting everyone, if you are writing developing even a small project, you just read the data from the configuration file only. So for that requirement I have written a configuration reader framework, and this framework is there are few advantages of this framework, like it's very simple, effective configurator framework which could be easily integrated into any project. So that means we have introduced only two files, one header file and one source file. So it's very easy to integrate these two files into your existing project or existing software. Support of handle tag, support of comment lines, we have written all the design and the description in the comment section, and properly we have written so that people can easily understand the use of that function and the importance of that particular function. This class has been designed as singleton, so it's quite easy to integrate it, and this is compatible with Visual Studio as well as G++. So we have compiled this program on both the platform, and it's follow completely abstraction and encapsulation mechanism. So it's completely OOPS based. Is following the OOPS principle, and this framework is little extensible. So you can if you want to add some more feature into your program, this configurator, so you can easily add it. The reason for creating this video, because this is one of the basic requirement nowadays, configurator, and I have written this framework, and let's describe this framework. So if you want to use this framework, or if you want to add some additional support or additional requirement into this, you can easily add your requirement into this configurator. So as we said, right, so this configurator is having two files only, one is the header file, one is the source file. So you can easily integrate it. Nothing is required, no DLL, no SO, and no comparison is extra static library, dynamic library is required. Just one header file, one source file. You have to include this header file, you have to include this source file while compiling it, and you are able to access this framework. This is header file. So here the basic structure of header file. Here we have included the one of the IO stream, input output stream, and the map. The reason for including because we are using the map here. So let's just we discuss about the config, what will be the format of our config file. So our config file, the data present in the config file in the form of tag and value. So this is the tag, this is the value, and these two things, tag and value, are separated by delimiter, which is equal to. So tag is equal to value. Now here if you are if you want to add some parameters like as name is equal to Pankaj Kumar, website is equal to cvsecrets.com, age equal to 30. So it is supporting right now string parameter and integer parameter. If you want to add something like a float or something, then you have to I will show the piece of code where you have to change. So this is name and this is the value. Okay. So we are storing this into the map. We will show you what is the structure of map and how it is working. We will show you everything. Now coming to we have wrapped this complete code into the another namespace, that is CVP secrets. So the reason for creating the wrapping this whole code into the one extra level in one is namespace, another namespace, just to put extra level of abstraction. Here is some comment are there. You can go through the comment file. And one more thing, this header file, this config reader is supporting the comment line. So so let's say you want to write some comment. So when you start writing the first hash, so all the characters after the first hash, when it is parsing the this config file, when it found the first hash, so this framework is going to ignore all the characters after the hash. So if you can write like this comment like this, comment 1, or if you want to write like this also, comment 2. So like this you can write the comment here. So both are if this config reader is having support to read both the comment lines. And there is one note which is written in the caps. So it is quite important because this class which we have created is not thread safe. So it is because the reason for not creating this thread safe, because most of the time we have seen that the config reader, basically people are reading config reader coming in the picture when the software is initializing. So at the time of initialization only they are taking some values from the config file, like a name, email, or multiple things they are taking. So most of the cases I have seen this config reader coming to the picture at the time of initialization. So there is no need to create this the thread safe or something, because at the time of initialization only worker threads not came in the picture, and only the main thread is working. So thread safe is not required. But yes, requirement is different for person to person and for software to software. So if your configuration file is updating at the runtime and you need to update the data from the configuration file, then you need to make this class as thread safe. I will show you where you have to change the piece of code to make it thread safe. We have the this is the private section. We have the map. This is the data structure, and this is the basically singleton class. So how this is working? It is storing the data into the map. The key of this map is a string, and the value is also a string. So it is storing both the data, right? The key and value. So whatever value you are having, let's say you are having 3 values: name, website, and age. So in this case, the 3 values is going to insert into the map. The name, the first one is the name key, then value Pankaj Kumar. Then again in second node, key will be website, value will be cvsecrets.com. Then for third, key will be age, value will be 30. So this 30 will be a string. This is just a for the singleton class. We are creating the static pointer. This is the public. In public section we have exposed the get instance, and we have exposed another this parse file. So here we are passing we are going to pass the config file address. So default this argument is default argument. So by default it will start try to read from the here, but if you will pass some file name, your own config file, then it is going to pass it is going to take the data from your config file. So this is the default argument. Here we have exposed the the get value function. It is overloaded function, and one more thing, while integrating this configurator, you have to read all the comments very carefully. So we have exposed this get value function. So get value function is taking two arguments, tag and value. So and value here it is taking the pass by reference. So that means when you are giving the value, that value is going to update into this function and it will return to you. So you have to pass only the tag and you have to pass the value. So as we know that, right, C++ is having for every different type of databases like integer, float, or string like this. So when you are designing your configuration file at the time, right, so what will be the type of your the available tags. If you talk about this example here, we know, right, so whoever written this configuration file, they know name will be type of string, website will be type of string, age is type of integer. So when they have written the configuration file in that way, so in the same way they are going to read into the this configurator. So if they know, right, while parsing it, because what this configurator will do, it will read the complete complete values which present in the configurator. It will store into the map. Okay, and this is going to do by this function parse file. So what parse file will do, it will read all the values present in the config file and store it into the map. But it is not going to, just for the user easy to use, just for the easy to use, we have exposed this function get value, so that if you want to get the value as integer, you just call. So this is overloaded, so user don't have to worry about this. He just need to pass the value as type of integer or string. Based on that, the particular function will call. This function is just for the debug purpose, to dump all the values. If you want to for some debugging purpose, if you want to dump the complete config file, you can call this function. And this function is also exposed in the public section. Here is the private section. So as we already discussed that this is the singleton class, so we have to make the constructor, destructor, copy constructor, and assignment operator is private. And here there are two helper functions to just to remove the spaces and other things from the at the start, at the beginning, or in the middle. So we have, for that purpose, we have created these two functions. And this is the end of this header file. Now coming to the source file, this is the source file. And here we have this configurator.h. So this is our header file. This is the f string, because we are doing some operation with the, here is the algorithm, because we have put it some for the parsing things, we are using this algorithm. And here the std, using namespace std. Here the cvp secrets. So this is our namespace, we have to read it. Here we have created the macro for a null ptr. The reason for creating the null ptr, because as per the Bazarne guidelines, so what Bazarne store stuff said, so instead of using, when you are having a pointer, right, so I have seen multiple times, like as people are initializing their pointer by null, NULL. But null is the null is again a macro, and its behavior is different on system to system or platform to platform. So it's better to initialize by 0. And again, nowadays most of the piece of code started written in the C++03. They are migrating to C++11. So to overcome those type of problems, you have to define your own macro like a null ptr. Here you have to assign it by 0. But later, if you want to use the same piece of code in your C++11, then you just need to change here by null ptr, nothing else. And else the other piece is the same. So here is the for the singleton class, we have a pointer, a static pointer. We are initializing it by null ptr. This is the constructor. So in constructor, we are just declaring the map. This is not required actually, but we have written in this structure also we have to clear the map, because map is the in map nothing is pointer, so key is also the object and value is also object. So no, so only the clear will clean all the resource allocation for the map. So here is the get instance function. Here also we have written the comment, because no need to use the double recheck lock mechanism here, because this get instance will call at the time of initialization only, and mostly at the time of initialization there will be only one thread. So no need to use double recheck lock mechanism, double recheck lock mechanism here. But if you have some requirement to read the config file in the middle, then you have to use here double recheck lock mechanism. Here is the get value. So as we said, this get value is overloaded. Here is the for integer, here is for the string. So how it is working? So map is having all the elements. So first of all we are creating the iterator, then we are trying to find the that particular tag into the map. We are getting the iterator, then we are checking that okay, this iterator is not equal to map dot int, so that means value is there. So this is for the integer, so we are calling a to I function, and this is the iterator second dot c dot str, because in our map key is also string, value is also string, so we need to call a to I function. Then we are returning, we are assigning that this into the value, then we are returning true here. The same way we have another function, the overloaded function get value, and in this second argument is the string. So here no need to call this a to I, you just update the value and return from this function. This is the parse file. This is the main function. It is taking the file name as an argument. Now it is going to open this file. So here we are creating the object of the if string. So mostly I have seen if you are reading the, if you have requirement to read a file, right, then instead of creating the object of f string, create the object of if string, because f string is something you are unnecessary, you are opening the file for reading and writing both. But here we know that we are opening the file only for reading purpose. We use the I string, input file string, and then open the file. Here this is the delimiter, this is the position, and here we just check the input file fail, it's unable to find the config file. And now we start, so while opening this, right, so input in input file everything came, then we start reading the line by line. So here is the line, and we are calling this function getLine. So what getLine will do, it will read line by line, one line at a time, and that one line will store into the line. If you talk about this this thing, right, so this line will read first time. So this string hash comment 1 will store in this variable string, this variable line. Then in the second time the line will store this, in the third time line will store this, like this. So line will store this, and then remove the comment line. I just need to check that okay, is there any hash is present. So we are finding the find first of hash, and after that we are getting the position, and what we are doing is we have sub str from 0 to f found. Okay, so we are because we know that after hash we are so whatever written after hash we are going to ignore that. So our favorable string is 0 to found only. So we are storing our configurator here. So like this, we talk about this example here. So while reading this file, we are trying to find the position of this hash, and after finding the position of this hash, we are just taking the 0 to this index. So this value is going to store in this config data. After that, we are just calling the erase, just to remove the slash r, this remove config data begin end. So we are having a string, and we are replacing this hyphen r slash r, because there's a reason for the slash r is not required for Linux, but it's required for the Windows. So this line mostly we have written for the Windows platform. This is the config data.empty. Just check that okay, is the data is empty. So like in this case, for this case data will be empty, right? So no need to do further parsing. Just continue from here. Now after this line we are going to find the the tag and value. So first we need to find the position of the delimiter. So this is the we set the delimiter, config data.find delimiter. So length will come. Here we have created two variables, tag and value. We just check okay, the length is not equal to string dot no position. So that string the delimiter is present. So if delimiter is present, then we need to just find sub str from init position to length, and from length position to end. So this will be the tag, this will be the value. Here we just call the reduce function just to replace the spaces and tabs. Then we check okay, then this is just a preventive check that the tag will not, tag and value should not be empty. If anyone will be empty, then just remove, just continue from here. And after that, if is so after this line, if the control is will come after this line, and everything is perfect. Now you are going to store that data into the file map. But here is the one additional check. So before directly storing to the map, he is going to find is this parameter already present into the map. Okay, if yes, then he is going to erase the old tag. So if you return the tag 2 times, so it is going to store, it is going to pick the latest one, and after that it is inserting that data into the map. This is the trim function, nothing else. It's a common algorithm to trim the spaces. Then this is the reduce, just to reduce the tabs and all the things. This is the dump value, nothing. We are painting the complete map. So traversing on the map, then iterator first, iterator second. And how you are going to use it? This is just a sample code. So you just create the object of config. This is quite important actually. So how you are going to use it? First of all, create object of the configurator. It's a singleton. So just write configurator dot get instance, then parse file. It's your responsibility to parse file, because there was 2 design previously here. The one method is we need to call this parse file from the constructor itself, right? But I thought, okay, let's make it separate from the constructor, so that it depends on the person, like where he wants, because we have the reason for making this separate from the constructor, because if someone is going to read this file at the runtime, so they are able to read this file, or they are going to use this configurator framework at runtime as well. So for this reason, we have created this parse file as public. This is the dump, just to dump this whatever present in the config file. And now what we are going to do, well, we know, so here I have written something here. This is the cat temp default config, and if you see the cat here, the default comment section, then name Pankaj Chaudhary, then skill, I'm written like the C++ comma Python, so it will store the both into the value, and website name, then age, something. Okay, so we know that in this configuration file, the tags are name, skill, website, and age. So I have created the variable name, skill, website, and age. 4 variables we have created. Age is type of integer, so we have created the age as integer. Now after this line, we need to get the values from the configurator. So how we need to get the values? We just need to call this function get value and pass the tag, then pass your variable here. So after this line, your variable name will be updated. After this line, your skill will be updated, skill variable will be updated. After this line, website variable will be updated, and after this line, your age will be updated. And now here we are printing this all these variables. Okay, and this is returning from 0. So I hope you definitely enjoy this video, and still if you have any problem, any doubt which is not clear, you can write your comment, your doubt into the in the comment section. I will definitely reply you whenever I will get time. And once again, thanks everyone for watching this video, and please like and share this video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you everyone, and happy coding.